Hello everyone, welcome to my kitchen. I'm so glad you all are sitting at home right now and saying, oh, what can I make for lunch today? So I'm going to show you my ultimate grilled cheese. Now everyone has their own recipe and I understand, but we're going to take this sandwich a little bit further up. So my ingredients for my ultimate grilled cheese are cheddar, Parker House rolls. If you can't find Parker House rolls, any bread will do. Roasted red pepper and green onion. Now, if you want to substitute for a vegetarian option, then add more veggies to it. For meat and protein, you can use salami, which is optional, as well as ham or turkey. And the spread that I'm going to use, and it's optional as well, you can use mayo or you can use mustard, which I'm going to use today. And I'm going to show you how to cut a Parker House roll in half and create my ultimate grilled cheese. So first thing is to hold your bread knife correctly. Your thumb and fourth finger must be gripped correctly so it doesn't slide everywhere. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to cut very all the way through. And once you get to the bottom, you'll have two halves right now. And once you have your two halves, now you've got to figure, okay, what do I got to do next? I've got to put the glue down now because you don't want anything sliding off. And so what we're going to do, take a little bit of mustard. You can use any mustard. Spicy or hot will do. And once we do that, then we can start adding our toppings. So I'm going to start with some roasted red pepper. You can also use other vegetables as well to your taste. And what we're going to do is we're just lay them on like this. Put as many as you like. And remember, overflowing, that's okay. So we're going to keep doing this until we have enough. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some green onion and take as many as you like for flavor. Just put them on top like that. Whoa, running away here. But as many green onions as you prefer. And then we're going to add some cheddar. You can use any cheese, depending on if you are lactose intolerant, then the options are going to be less for you, but I like a good cheddar. I can hold everything down. And then I'm going to open the salami here. Don't do what I just did at home. You'll be thanking yourself. So the next part is you can take 2 pieces of salami here and you're just gonna put it on top like that. Put as many as you want. You can put 3, you can put 2. I just want to put 2 because it's a good day for me. Now the next part is you're gonna put the lid on. Make sure it's on tight, doesn't run away on you. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna preheat our skillet here on medium high and let it get hot. And you can add oil or you can add butter depending on the flavor you want. I just want to use olive oil, you know, doesn't change anything. It's just your preference. And so we're going to put a little bit of oil in. And what we're going to do next is we're going to let that heat up for a bit till it gets hot and it starts to basically smoke at you. I just want to go over one thing. When opening a package the way I just did it right now with a knife, don't do that. You can always use a pair of scissors. That's a lot safer. So As I said before, our pan is getting extremely hot now. Now what you're going to do is take your entire sandwich and you're just going to place it in the middle of the pan. And you're just going to let it cook. Don't touch it. Don't do anything with it. Because the thing is, if you touch it, it's going to fall apart. So you just let it cook until desired doneness on your bread. If you want it to be lighter, leave it for a bit. If you want to leave it until the whole thing's basically burnt, that's fine as well. So what we're going to do is, while that's just browning away here, a good idea is to push it down so it doesn't move, so then everything gets solidified together. And make sure that you wait for a few minutes, because sometimes when you turn it over it can fall apart, which happens, and that's okay, because obviously it's called comfort food and that's what it is. And so while I'm waiting for this to cook, another thing is that if you don't have, if you want a vegetarian option, I always will say, find vegetables that you like, find meat that you like, as well as what spreads you want. You can use a variety of spreads. But also remember, it's about not overpacking the sandwich, because if it's overpacked, then it could just basically fall apart and there'll be bad days as you go along, you know. And so while this was just cooking away now, I'm just gonna flip it. Oh, look at that. See? That is goldenness, okay? This is like, look how beautiful that is. I can say that right now this is basically ready, but you know what? Leave it for a couple more seconds and make sure it doesn't smoke at you. But once the other side's done, then you're basically ready to eat. So I'm gonna keep it for another 30 seconds, making sure that it toasts the way I like it. Sometimes people want it just burnt, and that's okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna transfer it to our cutting board, turn your heat off, move your pan off to the side, make sure it's not smoking at you and not burning. Then what you're gonna do is take your serrated knife, and now you have options. You can cut it in half, or if you really want to be fancy, you cut it into triangles and be the best chef ever. So I prefer cutting it in half, in triangles, because then you can present it better. And make sure you get all the way through, because it's a bit of a funny thing. I'm just gonna turn this towards the camera so everyone can have a look. Like, look at that. Like, come on now. This is absolute goldenness. There is deliciousness in there. And the other thing I can say is, well, there's one other thing you can do. You can eat it on its own, and if you want to serve it with a side, you can. You can serve it with coleslaw, you can serve it with a simple green salad, your choice of dressing. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Hope this recipe helps you want to make a grilled cheese. Peace.